So hi there and welcome to this week's video. My name is Charlie, this is my little workshop, and today I'm going to be doing a little video about upgrading the menu system of my GDEmu in my Dreamcast. So last week I installed the GDEmu and I wanted to just upgrade the menu system to the much improved OpenMenu. So this is a reasonably new fork of this by Derek Pascarella, and it includes virtual folders, which is a feature I'm really interested in trying out. So I think we should just jump straight into the computer, take a little look and see if we can set up our memory card to use the fantastic OpenMenu. So the first thing I'm going to do is just format my memory card. So I'm going to use Rufus to do this. So it's 128 gigabytes. So you can't normally format these to FAT32. So yeah, I'm using Rufus because this allows us to format a larger memory card to FAT32. So the first thing I'm going to do is select non-bootable. I've got a volume label of OpenMenu and I'm going to format it to FAT32 and it says we're all ready to go. So let's click Start. Yep, that's fine to destroy all data. Great, that's done. So now we can close that. So the next thing I'm going to do is load up the OpenMenu Git Hub page, and I'm going to go to the latest release. This is maintained by Derek Pascarella. I hope I pronounced that right. Apologies if I didn't. And I'm going to download the Windows 64-bit version. So let's click that. So I've got this on my desktop now, so I'm going to extract this here. There we go. Now we can pretty much run the GDMenu card manager. Okay, yes, we want to run it anyway. Okay, so we need to install .NET to run this application. So would I like to download it now? Yes, I would. We can now install the runtime. And installation was successful. So let's close this now. We can close down the .NET window here. And we can try again to run GDMenu. So I want to choose OpenMenu. Here we go, and now we have a few more options available to us. We can add our games. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. So I'll show you the first way first. So the first way is we can click this plus, and then we can go to Dreamcast games and simply select our games that we want to add. So what we can do is actually set these up into folders. So what I'm going to do is just select all of my USA games, and I'm going to add them into a folder for USA. And then what I'll do is add the Japanese games into a folder for Japanese games. So I've selected them holding the control key down. I'm just going to right click and I'm going to go to assign folder paths. I'm going to call it USA. Obviously you could set up your folder structure however you want, but this is the way I'm going to do it for this demo. And then I'm going to select my Japanese games and I'm going to put them in a folder for Japanese games. So let's right click those, assign folder paths, Japan, oops, let's click OK. That's great. So what I'm going to do now is I think what we should do is maybe add some homebrew games. So I'll show you another way you can add your games. So if I load up a window and I go to desktop here, I can see I've got some Dreamcast games. So I'm going to go into homebrew and I'm going to select these homebrew games and I'm going to just drag them on here. There we go. Let's close that down. And I think what I'm going to do is right click those and I'm going to assign them a folder path called homebrew. There we go. So it looks like these don't have any artwork assigned, so we'll have a look at that in a moment. I think what we might need to do is actually just save our changes first. So I'm going to click Save here. Do we want to save changes to D drive? Yes, we do. And we want to clone the GDMU INI file. Let's click OK. Now this could take a little while. You might want to just go off and get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So depending on however many games you're uploading. So I'm just going to pop off for a moment and let this do its thing, and I'll see you again in a sec. And that's great. Everything seems to be done. So let's just click OK. And we've got a couple of games here that are missing some artwork. So let's just have a look, see how we do that. Let's run through that process. So I'm going to click on Assign Artwork here, and I'm going to find an image on my desktop. So there we go. I've already downloaded an image for House of Terror. So let's click OK for that. And then we can just click Save. And then here we go, another one, Capcom versus SNK Millennium Edition. So let's click Assign, browse for image. There we go, I've got the image already saved on my desktop ready. So we can click Open and then Save. And now you can see our files now have images assigned to them. If you ever wanted to change an image, you could go in and just change the image there, that would be fine. But obviously we don't want to change the image, so let's just close that for a second. Just before I shut this down and head over to the Dreamcast, this just corresponds to the folder that the game is saved into. So there'll be a folder on the SD card ranging from 1 through to 21, and each of those will contain either the game or the OpenMenu software itself. But I think for now, let's just save those changes, and then I think we should head over to the Dreamcast and take a little look at how the new OpenMenu folder system works. Let's power up the Dreamcast and just see if we can go through the new menu settings. So it's powering up, that's a good sign. And here we go, we've got the new OpenMenu instead of the original GDMenu. So you can see here we've got the 3 folders. So we've got Homebrew games, we've got Japanese games, and we've got USA games. So if I click A, we can go in and see the different games that are available. Fantastic, so that's great. So we go there, we can go back. What we've got Japanese games, and if we go into Homebrew, great, all of our Homebrew games are loading up as well, or available as well. And we've got our artwork that is available. So if you remember, we added the artwork for House of Terror and Capcom versus SNK, and that's showing the new artwork just fine. So I'm just going to go back to the parent folder. So if we want to, we can change the settings menu to have a different appearance. So let's have a little look at that now. At the minute, we've got it set up to the style of folders. So I think let's just change that and see what some of the others look like. So we've got scroll in the GDMenu theme. So if we take a little look at that, if we apply that, yeah, you can see there we're just getting a long list of all of our games that are available. We go back to menu and change the style to grid. So then we get a nice grid view of all of our games. We can just literally scroll down through the games. Obviously we lose the folders again, but that's not too much of a big problem. So let's have another look at one of the other styles that are available. So we've got line descending. Let's apply that. So get one nice big piece of cover art, and we can scroll left and right to view all of the different games. So let's go back to folders and just see there's a couple of different themes available. So we can go, let's try default blue instead. There we go. So it essentially just changes the hover color from orange to blue. Both of them are actually quite difficult to read, but there we go. That's a UX designer in me talking about that. So I think we should just test the game out, make sure it works, and then we'll call it a day. Let's try out Daytona USA. Fantastic, all working great. Always love Daytona USA in the arcades. But anyway, I think we should now just hand back over, wrap this video up. So fantastic, we've successfully upgraded our GDEmu to use the new OpenMenu platform. We formatted our memory card and done it all from scratch. We've added our games, we've set it up to OpenMenu using the card manager, and we checked the new virtual folders, which seems to work great. One thing I forgot to mention is that you can actually upgrade a GDEmu card if you already have one. So it's quite simple, you just plug it into your computer. You can then just select that you want to convert it to OpenMenu in the top right hand corner, and then click save, and it will just rewrite the file structure for you and you'll be good to go. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this little tutorial video, let me know in the comments. give it a like and a subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time. So take care and goodbye. So that's amazing. We've successfully... So that's amazing. We've successfully upgraded our memory card. No. You simply open up the Dreamcast game manager program. I can't even remember what it's called.